Okay, I hope it is better. I heard that it was lagging a while ago. Welcome back, everyone. Please don't forget to share this video. It is very, very important po. As what I've said, I don't sugarcoat. I'm not doing this live consultation in public para lang po ma-hook kayo to retain me. I don't need that. I just want to help everyone. So what I'm doing right now is to give you a non-sugar-coated advice para nang sa ganun po makatulong man lang sa atin. I know there's a lot of immigration predicaments right now. There's a lot of foreign national who's struggling to be reunited with their family here in Canada because of the I believe it is the delays and also the backlog of the immigration. Di po namin kasalanan yun. I believe kasalanan yan ng immigration. They always bring out some information, some immigration law, pero the problem is that they don't have any plan to execute all those things as fast as they can. They just want to be heard. They just want to actually give you a hope that you wanna hear. For example, the caregiver program. Yes, wala ngang LMIA job offer, but at the end of the day, gaano katagal ang process? That is our problem. That's why I still insist, I still push yung LMIA because it is the fastest, it is the easiest way to get that permanent residency, not the job offer. Of course, kapag ka-qualified ka, when you are a student or a work permit holder in Canada, you are qualified for LMIA under the caregiver program because caregiver program has a PR pathway after 6 months. So I always say that to everyone. I know I mean actually sawang-sawa na ako sa pagpa-process ng LMIA. I have tons of process of LMIA, and to be honest with you, as an immigration consultant, I don't just give to my staff. Maybe filling up the forms, maybe filling up the online application for LMIA, maybe doing the advertisement, but at the end of the day, wrapping up together and then finalizing the application is always me. I want to make sure now I will be the one to review from the beginning to end. And again, once I represent somebody, I am confident enough to actually represent you and talk to the ESDC officer, take that interview from them, and if in case mayroong mang hindi malabo or hindi masyadong clear dun sa officer, I catch that up, I follow up and be able to call the officers. I believe I've known all these officers already, kung kilala ko sila, kung matagal na sila sa ESDC or kung baguhan sila. I think I know those people, and I know their strategies, I know their style, how they assess the LMIA. Meron pa nga isang officer na hindi na niya ina-assess whatever application you have, as long na okay, nire-release na lang niya yung LMIA. So may mga ganong officers, so to be honest. So yeah, okay. Ma'am, ask ko lang po dun sa bagong caregiver pathway, yung offer of employment po ba is kailangang ma-post muna sa job bank before ako makuha from Philippines? No. Ang job offer, wala pong posting sa job bank. Ang job offer is a PR pathway. Ngayon, may posting kapag ka nagpapa-assess ka sa LMIA, then you need a job post. Job bank is only for people or employer who are hiring foreign nationals under the LMIA program. Okay? So, yeah. Next. Hi ma'am, baka po may alam kayong agency na pwedeng pag-applyan sa caregiver po. Gusto ko po sanang mag-apply. Maraming salamat and God bless. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to recommend any agency. I'm not connected to any agency, and kasi hindi ko sila kilala. Honestly, I'm not connected with them. Kasi po, I don't wanna do this. Ang dami pong nagsisik ng aking advice. Ang daming agency who wants to use my services as an immigration consultant, but I turned them down 101%. Because I know na they can actually use my name para manloko. They can actually collect money and then use my name para nang sa ganun ay sabihin nilang ako ang consultant nila. And then at the end, pag ganun ang nangyari, they come back to me. Of course, kasalanan ko na kasi pangalan ko yung nakakonect doon. That's why I don't wanna recommend any agency. What I can suggest is that go to some Facebook messaging center. Marami pong mga employer doon na nagpo-post. Go to Job Bank, go to Kijiji or Indeed. Maraming mga employer doon na nagpo-post ng need nila. And then once you apply, you can always be upfront and tell them, pwede po ba kayong magbigay ng LMIA? Can you support me for my LMIA process for me to be able to get a work permit? Okay. Hi po ma'am, may backlog pa ngayon sa SINP or job. Ang dami po. Whatever kind of program sa immigration, backlog is everywhere. So, expect some delays, but I always tell everyone, maintain your status. Always maintain your status. And also this one, ito pa. When you apply for permanent residency and then you maintain you applied for PR and then palos na kayo or na-loss na yung status nyo, I want you to apply for temporary resident permit. I want you to apply for tourist visa. Maintain your status. Okay? Kasi nga, I have few process, naka-apply ng PR, pa-approve na siya. And then yung officer, itinanong kung mayroon ba siyang AOR sa tourist visa or receipt to prove na nag-apply siya, wala siyang napakita. Alam nyo ba, ni-refuse siya. So I always tell everyone, yes, the word implied status nandun kung tutuusin, implied siya. The problem is that hindi yun ni-recognize, although I fought with it, but hindi yun ni-recognize kasi kapag ka-implied, dapat may application kang temporary resident permit, not the PR, to maintain your status. Okay? That's in, So, okay, si Carles Lee. Okay, ano ba yon Carles Lee? Sa inbox, Carles Lee, just to let you know, I'm trying to answer everyone, but it is difficult to see my messaging center. It's really like 1,000 right now. I have 999 messages, and I've been trying my best to answer them, pero parang walang nangyayari So parang hindi naman nababawasan. So what I always suggest, guys, if you need my clarification, that's what I'm doing right now, please email me norilynooligocis@gmail.com or my first name NORILYNOLIGO, C as in cat, I as in ice, and then S as in social, CIS, or Canadian Immigration Specialist @gmail.com. So norilynooligocis@gmail.com. If you have some questions to clarify, please feel free to write down your email in there and I will try my best to answer you. Kasi po, ang dami-dami na po akong messages dito sa TikTok, hindi ko na po siya. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng iba ang mag-a-answer nito It should be me. Kasi yung kung iba, then they don't know what they're answering. Actually, I tried to hire some immigration consultant. The problem is they don't know what they're about to answer with all your questions. As you can see right now, guys, I don't even read anything. When you seek my consultation, I advise you upfront and then instantly, because that's what I know. That's my experience. And I don't, as what I've said, I don't need script to actually I advise you upfront and then instantly, because that's what I know. That's my experience, and I don't, as what I've said, I don't need script to actually let you know what's going on. Okay, so pwede bang madala ang kapatid if PR or citizen ka na? Hindi po kasama ang kapatid, not unless na if sinama mo siya na nasa depende kasi sa immigration program. Pag family class, yes, pwede mong isama, okay? Pero kapag economic class, which is caregiver or work permit to PR, economic class yon, hindi po kasali ang mga kapatid. Hindi rin kasali ang mga magulang. Ibang program yung mga yon. Pag family class, mga dependent ng parents nyo or kapatid mo, then pwede mong isama sila pag family class. Pag economic class, hindi po pwede. Ang pwede lang sa'yo na isama mo is yung family mo, asawa mo, or yung mga anak mo na dependent sa'yo. Okay? Hi Raymart, from Fort McMurray, isama mo is yung family mo, asawa mo, or yung mga anak mo na dependent sa'yo. Okay? Hi Raymart, from Fort McMurray, Alberta. Hi, kumusta dyan? I'm glad you're here. If you have some question, I'm happy to answer. Hello ma'am, nag-email pa ako. Hi, kumusta dyan? I'm glad you're here. If you have some question, I'm happy to answer. Hello ma'am, nag-email pa ako till now wala pa po kayong reply. Ask ko lang. I'm glad you're here. If you have some question, I'm happy to answer. Hello ma'am, nag-email pa ako till now wala pa po kayong reply. Ask ko lang po sana address nyo ma'am for consultation. Hi Jerome. Please, just to let you know that I don't accept consultation right now in person. I have already I filled up my consultation in person already, but if you're willing, I can definitely give you a consultation online or remotely. That's not a problem. But if you can wait for me for 2 months. Actually, fill up na po yung aking mga consultation right now. So, if I don't do consultation, that means I'm here. So, I'm giving you the opportunity to actually, email me, Jerome, kung ano man yung concern mo. Email me, please, and tell me your concern there, norlenoligocis@gmail.com. Then I might gonna be answering it. You don't even need to see me. Okay? All right. Okay, so yes, I have an email, everyone. I can as I don't want to I can't really type right now, but anyway, thank you for sharing. So Chanel, again, I encourage everyone to share this this information. I encourage everyone to share this video or live video. Okay, ask ko po lang din po sana about processing ng PR ma'am, like ko po sana kayo ang mag-process ng PR ko po. Yes, email me. I wanna know kung anong klaseng immigration program, and then I could be able to assess you. Definitely, I do process those things because I'm an immigration consultant. So, yeah. Another one, ask ko lang kung yung anak ko hindi ko na declare, pwede ba siyang mag-apply on his own? Yes, you might not have declared your child, that is so scary because it's a misrepresentation. Be very careful to connect that child to your name. Kasi po, baka malaman ng immigration that you actually misrepresent that, dapat dineclare nyo, then you might gonna lose your permanent residency. So, permanent resident, for citizenship, right away please apply for citizenship. Kasi pag citizen ka na and you misrepresented your past immigration program, they cannot really send you home, they cannot deport you anymore. The only deportation for people who are permanent resident or Canadian citizens are the people who are I know it is actually the people who are killing a mass murder or terrorista. Yun yung mga nawawalan talaga ng opportunity to stay here in Canada as a citizen. Nawawala yung kanilang citizenship. Okay. Hi Raymart. That's great, Raymart. So keep on waiting. Medyo delay right now, but always maintain your status. Okay. Thank you, Abara, for sharing the live video. It is really what you should do, guys. Kasi nga, ang dami pong nare-reach out na mga tao about my consultation na kasi nakaka-relate kayo. Iisa lang naman ang reason. If you are a foreign national here in Canada, iisa lang naman yung reason nyo to get that PR. And then sometimes what I notice is that it's so common for you to look for for an employer, for you to be sponsored, how to get the permanent residency, how to get qualification. Yun yung mga yun kasi usually nandito na sa Canada eh. So, pag-invite ko po si mother here, mag-create ba ako ng account niya mismo or account ko na mag-invite? If it is your account, you have to ask her to sign a family representative form. If it is her account, you don't need any representative form. Ngayon, be very careful to create a GCK account na sarili mo and then you're talking na siya pala yung nag-a-apply. That is another form of misrepresentation. Be careful. So what I always say, create your own account, sign an agreement or a service sign a representative form from your mother para i-allow niya na ikaw ang magre-represent sa kanya. Okay? So be careful, guys. I know some people, they actually applied for a caregiver program sa kanilang kamag-anak na naging foreign national nila or worker nila. And then, yung nagsasalita at saka nag-a-apply is yung employer niya na nandito kasi kamag-anak niya. Kasi yung aplikante hindi niya alam mag-national nila or worker nila. And then, yung nagsasalita at saka nag-a-apply is yung employer niya na nandito kasi kamag-anak niya. Kasi yung aplikante hindi niya alam mag-process. Be careful with that. As what I've said, I always say to everyone na nakakatakot po yung misrepresentation ngayon kasi napakagaling na ng detection ng immigration system because of the artificial intelligence that they are using. Okay? So be careful out there. Ang dami pong misrepresentation ng immigration system because of the artificial intelligence that they are using. Okay, so be careful out there. Ang dami pong misrepresentation right now, especially when you use an agent because of the artificial intelligence that they are using. Okay, so be careful out there. Ang dami pong misrepresentation right now, especially when you use an agency, when you use an unlicensed consultant. Napakabilis nilang magbigay ng misrepresentation. Ang dami kong naririnig and I can't really do anything with that misrepresentation because of these things. Okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the messaging center. Okay. Hi, ma'am. My wife is a visitor. She has an... Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the messaging center. Okay. Hi, ma'am. My wife is a visitor. She has an employer, but the problem is, as per bioimmigration lawyer, she's not qualified to apply for work because since 2006, she doesn't have a working experience in the Philippines. Ma'am, can you please give us a solution to this? Thank you in advance. I think the lawyer is is just being honest. Since 2006 pa yung work mo. So pretty much whatever work experience yung wife mo, hindi na yun qualifying experience. However, kasi kahit kung may employer ka siya, wag dun sa wag kang mag-seek ng employer na ang binibigay or ino-offer is my qualification for education and experience. What you can seek is marami pong mga low wage category na walang qualification sa education at saka sa experience. So, yun ang hanapin mo. So, dapat yun ang sabihin mo sa lawyer. And then yun din ang isabihin mo sa employer. Pwede naman. Pero siguro I think this one, the lawyer is right. 2006 pa siya nagka-work experience sa Pilipinas. That means that is already gone. Hindi na yun pwedeng hindi na yun considered na qualifying experience. Okay, can you help my niece? What kind of help? Okay. As a caregiver for my grandma, ito yung question. Hello, I'm visitor visa and my auntie is willing to provide LMIA. Yay! As a caregiver for my grandma, ang nakita ko po yung post nyo before na na-approve po yung LMIA kahit visitor tapos caregiver. Paano po yung work permit po na na-approve din po ba? Yes, it is. I have few process. Actually, to be honest, pamangkin ko mismo. I know it is immigration law, sinasabi doon na hindi na pwedeng i-process ng LMIA pag caregiver program. Hindi nila i-process. That's what they say in the immigration law. The problem is that why a lot of people are getting the work permit under the caregiver program. Nagpa-LMIA ako, then after LMIA, applied for work permit, and then after getting the result, pinamedical, and of course, approval. Now, yung pamangkin ko na tourist visa holder, hindi na siya tourist visa, nailipat na sa pagiging work permit. Now she's working with me already, nagtatrabaho na sa aking anak. So those are options and possibilities, but I'm not recommending because it's not in the law, but I did it, sa totoo lang. So again, there's always a loophole, there's always a disconnection, and the immigration law is not perfect. So if somebody is helping you, you can process it on your own about the LMIA, then might as well seek what is actually a possibility and has a PR pathway, which is after 6 months. Actually, yung pamangkin ko, she's working I think May, June, July. She's working almost 2 months na, and then i-gain pa niya another 4 months in order for her to be able to apply for permanent residency. And imagine, when she came here on November, 17 years old lang siya. So, pretty much, hindi pa yun, pero nilakad ko na yung LMIA niya bago siya pumunta dito. Then, nakapangalan sa kanya yung LMIA. After that, I was able to apply her for work permit from, siguro, nung January, kasi December siya nag-18. Then, January, na-apply ko yung kanyang work permit kasi 18 na siya. Then, I was able to get that work permit as under LMIA and nanny. But I will always inform everyone na wala po yun sa rule. Hindi po yun lawful, but it's not a crime for you to try and take a chance. Okay? So yun yung advice ko sa inyo. Okay, so can my foster sister get me an LMA for housekeeper? Ilocano, but yes, anybody, kamag-anak mo, auntie mo, uncle mo, lolo mo, they can be an employer. Okay? So, as long na qualified sila, I never heard anybody na, okay, kamag-anak mo kaya ayaw kong i-approve yung application. Wala naman akong narinig na gano'n. Siguro mayroong isa, maybe naging fishy siya. That was long time ago. I believe hindi siya inapprovean, na-refuse kasi nga kamag-anak. But with my process since 2017, I've been an immigration consultant. Wala pa akong narinig na ganitong sitwasyon. And so, take a chance. Again, walang kasiguraduhan ang immigration. You always have to take a chance in everything. Hi, Ma'am Norlin. I hope you can read my message. I just want to ask kung paano po ang pag-process about sa papunta po dyan sa Canada. I was planning to look for an employer there in Canada while I'm working po outside of the Philippines. I'm currently working somewhere. Thank you so much. Yes, alam niyo ba, when you come here, try to come as a tourist and then meet the employer, then ask them, pagka face to face kayong nag-meet up, mas gusto ng employer yon yung face to face, na makikita yung beauty nyo, hindi siya, kasi ang hirap kasi namang mag-hire ng somebody na nasa phone lang or nasa remote lang na communication. It's better when they see you, maybe siya, kasi ang hirap kasi namang mag-hire ng somebody na nasa phone lang or nasa remote lang na communication. It's better when they see you, maybe, they try to give you a trial and everything. Then, pag napakita mo na your feet or nasa remote lang na communication, it's better when they see you, maybe, they try to give you a trial and everything. Then, pag napakita mo na you're fit to actually work for them, then definitely they will gonna offer sponsorship sa inyo. Hello, ma'am. Any job vacancy here? I'm here in Dubai. Unfortunately, hello, ma'am. Any job vacancy here? I'm here in Dubai. Unfortunately po, I don't provide employer. Hindi po ako nagpro-provide ng employer. Ooh, another one. Okay. In Dubai. Unfortunately po, I don't provide employer. Hindi po ako nagpro-provide ng employer. Ooh, another one. Okay. Hi. I am on live.
Okay.
Yeah. So, another one, required po bang mag-post? Okay. Hi. I am on live.
Okay.
Yeah. So, another one, required po bang mag-post muna sa job bank ni employer yung job offer as caregiver? Yes. Hindi ka pwede.
Okay.
Yeah. So, another one, required po bang mag-post muna sa job bank ni employer yung job offer as caregiver? Yes. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply ng LMIA without the job bank na validated siya. So, employer is responsible to do the job bank, but when they're hiring for an immigration practitioner, of course, that immigration practitioner could be able to post that job bank in behalf of the employer. So that's what I do when I process the LMIA, para nang sa ganun hindi mamroblema, kasi this is a difficult case about LMIA. What I do, I always take all those things like advertisement. I put my company number para kung sino man yung tumawag, I will entertain them. I will call them pagka gusto ng employer. I will inform sa employer, things like that. So, yes, it is very, very important po ang job bank. And, ito pa, when you're applying for LMIA, make sure that the job bank advertisement is ongoing, or kahit na isang advertisement is ongoing, hindi dapat na naka-close lahat. Kasi nga, marirefuse yung LMIA kapag hindi ongoing. Kaya nga, when I am applying for LMIA, I make sure that in the job bank, I keep on extending, monitoring it, na hindi siya mag-expire. Kasi pag in-assess na ng immigration, i-refuse nila yung application pag walang existing na advertisement, or even might as well the job bank advertisement. Okay? Okay. Good morning. I am a Filipino working here in Croatia, Europe, as an excavator operator. I would like to apply to you as an excavator operator if you have a vacancy. Hindi po ako agency. I'm sorry. I am a single mother and would like to migrate to Canada. What are the best option for me? That's my daughter. She's like trying to be trained, actually. She's so in, like, you know, into immigration law. But I think she will gonna be the one taking over. And then I have nephews, nieces who wants to be an immigration consultant. So I think mahaba-haba pa bago ako mag-retire, I believe. Okay. So it's a consultant. So I think mahaba-haba pa bago ako mag-retire, I believe. Okay. So, it's 6:30 daw. 7 p.m. mag-retire, I believe. Okay. So, it's 6:30 daw. 7 p.m. It is mag-retire, I believe. Okay. So, it's 6:30 daw. 7 p.m. It is 6:30.
It's not. It's 5.
Oh, is it? What? It's 5:30. Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this up. Then my daughter is asking me to go to the mall. She wants to have some Starbucks.
I wanna buy books from Indigo.
Indigo. Oh my gosh, you wanna read?
No, it's so, because like I have 2 months of no school, so I'm just trying to read so that my brain can be better for when high school starts.
Oh. You can listen to here. Okay. So, give me 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have 10 minutes. It's a duty of a mother. I have to accompany my daughter going to the mall. Okay, and everyone, please, okay, hello po. Ano pong reason sa 85 shares po sa card from IRCC? $85 seems like a biometric fee. Okay, biometric yan. Sa pagka 85, biometric. Okay, if anybody wants to ask more questions, everyone, please feel free to email me, norilynoligocis@gmail.com. I'm gonna send it to you later after we speak. And so, I have 4 minutes more. Okay, I am a single mother and would like to migrate to Canada. What are the best options for me? Well, it depends. It's not about you being single mother. I want to hear your qualification. I want to hear your educational background. I want to hear your experience. And of course, your age. Importante po yun. Okay. Okay, hello, good day po. I'm from Red Deer, Alberta, and currently approved na po yung work permit ko from dating seafarer ng visit po dito. Nakakuha ng LMI and then ngayon work permit na po. Ask ko po if see? Ang galing. I'm happy for you. Imagine seafarer, then tourist visa, then LMIA, then work permit. Nakakuha siya ng work permit. Congratulations. And ang question niya is, mag-a-apply po, ask ko lang po if mag-a-apply po ng PR, ano pong pathway at kailan ko po need na mag-apply. College undergrad po ako and wala po akong requirements na IELTS. I will encourage you to get an IELTS first. And Wes, we wanna see kung ano yung qualification mo. I cannot really guess. Honestly, kulang po yung information na binigay mo. But I have enough information that you've given me. But I cannot really guess everything. So, if you want, you can email me, noralinologocis@gmail.com. I can definitely check and put you into consultation. Okay, my email is noralinologocis@gmail.com. Paano nga ba mag-respond dito? Sandali. Di ko makita kung paano, saan ako mag-ano. So, okay, I will just repeat. noralinologocis@gmail.com. Norilyn Oligo, my first name and my last name, and then Canadian Immigration Specialist, which is CIS, @gmail.com. Please refrain messaging me on Facebook for now. I have a lot of messages in there. I can't really entertain everyone in the messaging center, but I want you to email me, please. noralinologocis@gmail.com. Okay, I have 3 more minutes. Good day. Hi, ma'am. Kasama ba Inside Canada yung new pilot caregiver program? Yes, kasama siya. Okay, hello. I hope you would notice my message. I saw your post regarding the approved LMIA of a person from her sister-in-law. Okay? Yeah, I remember that. Could that also be possibly applied to me if my aunt will sponsor me under housekeeping? Yes! The only kami tumatang. There's a lot of goals, honestly. Okay. So far, hindi naman ako nagsasawa na sumagot sa mga questions ninyo, mga kamag-anak. I was like kamag-anak kasi nga I've been with my kamag-anak for the past few days. Okay, good morning. I am a Filipino working here in okay, that's done. Okay, hi ma'am. I am an elderly caregiver and domestic helper here in Taiwan and have been working for almost 10 years in one employer. I just want to ask if possible kaya ako makapag-work as a caregiver in Canada kahit na high school grad lang sa Pilipinas. May certificate naman po ako galing sa training center sa Pilipinas at may mga certificate din ako galing naman po dito sa Taiwan. Kung hindi po ako pwede sa caregiver, ano po kayang mga jobs ang pwede kong i-try? My friend said willing siyang i-invite ako papunta doon kaso hindi pa sila nakakabili ng sarili ng bahay. Your friend can invite you regardless of may bahay siya o wala. Second thing is that kung high school graduate ka based sa Pilipinas, that means hanggang grade 10 ka lang. So, I would recommend kung pwede kang pa-LMIA, pa-sponsor as a housekeeper. Kasi walang qualification sa mga whatever or sa farming. Mga low wage category kayo pumunta. Kasi ang caregiver program kasi it is a special work permit program ng Canada. Kasi yan, they will gonna give you an opportunity to get your permanent residency eventually. Okay? The question of Francisco is that maganda ba ang new caregiver program? Actually, ang pinalitan lang nila dyan, yung past na caregiver program is at least naka-4 ka when you come inside Canada. Yun yung CLB. And of course, naka-high school graduate ka based on Canadian standard. The problem, is that paano kung igaya nila yung processing period or processing time like sa previous pilot? Paano kung napakatagal pala ng process? So, if somebody offers you that, then might as well take a chance, but prepare yourselves to wait longer than what you expect. Yes, sasabihin nila dun sa website na ganito lang kabilis, pero at the end, it's not really that fast, and I've experienced that. So, ang dami po. Okay. Thank you, Chanel, for the blessings. I like that. I like the word blessings. It's I believe in God at the same time, I believe in prayers. I think the only thing every time I have decisions to make, I always that. I like the word blessings. It's I believe in God at the same time, I believe in prayers. I think the only thing every time I have decisions to make, I always nag-apply po ako ng study permit extension last April 26 through papers, pero until now wala pa pong sagot. Why paperworks? Paper application is gone. Baka mawala pa yung application mo. Online. Create a GCKey account. And then, until na wala pa pong sagot ang IRCC. It's been more than 60 days na po. Need ko na po bang mag-apply online? Yes, apply online. Repeat, resubmit the application kung wala pa rin. Kasi baka nawala yun. So, don't wait. Apply online. Create your GCKey account and apply online. Please, you don't want to lose your status. Okay. Hi, Miss. I need a consultation, but I cannot see any contacts to reach you out. Please leave your phone number or email here so that I can contact you. Okay. SMS me. Also, you can SMS me for from 647 996-2273. Please try to SMS me for now. Okay. Please help me. We're looking for LMIA for tourist visa. I am so sorry. I can only help if you want me to process the LMIA, but I need an employer. You have to find an employer for me. I don't provide employer. Okay, another one. Good day. Miss Norland, I watched your recent video. My brother-in-law wants to do the same process. The recent approved LMIA employer is the sister-in-law and the employee is holding tourist visa. Yes, go for it. Get an LMIA. Okay. Another one. Hi po ma'am, any idea po sa interim authorization to work change employer? More than 30 days na po kasi wala din response ang IRCC. So try to actually follow up yung interim authorization to work kasi nga kailangan mo yung approval. So what I can ask you is to get the web form. Kailangan mo yon. Okay, another one. Hello po ma'am. Ask ko lang po if pwede po ako i-sponsor na ng spouse ng boyfriend ko next year. Kagarating lang niya po kasi sa Canada noong June 16. Ini-sponsor lang din po siya ng mother niya doon. Bali sinabay po ng mother niya yung process ng paper sa kanila. Pagdating niya po doon, PR na po siya. At balak niya pong i-sponsor niya ako next year. Pwede po ba yun? Di pa po kami kasal. Balak niya po doon po kami magpakasal kung pwede po sana. 9 years na po kami magkarelasyon, wala pong anak. Kung ayaw niyang pakasal, that means it's a common law partner. Now, when you say common law partner, make sure that you have your evidences. Again, like a bank account together, na mayroon kayong bank account, leasehold agreement na or any kind of place na nag-stay kayong together, yung name yung dalawa, IDs, mga letters na nag-a-address sa iisang place nyo, yun yung mga evidences in order for you to actually prove that you cohabited for 12 months. Importante yon. Common law partner is always needing a 12 months proof na nagkasama na kayo sa iisang bubong. Okay? So, importante po yon. And of course, you need to sign the common law agreement or common law declaration. Hello, ma'am. Can you help me verify the person name? Okay, I'm not gonna mention the name. He said he is an immigration consultant. Okay, if you want to verify an immigration consultant, this is what you do. Go to registry. I always say this to everyone. You can just Google it. Let's say RCIC professionals. Maybe RCIC people. Something like that. So, magpa-populate sa Google. Sasabihin niya doon, welcome to college. Okay. So, college .ic.ca. Yan po. And then, mamimili ka doon kung English or French. Then after that, you could be able, sa pinakataas niya, find an immigration consultant. Once you find the immigration consultant, i-click mo yon, and then mag-show yung public register. Then makikita mo doon, you can check, find an immigration consultant. Doon ang sabi sa under the public register. Then sasabihin nun, search for an RCIC. Ngayon, lagay mo lang yung pangalan. Let's see. Since andito na rin ako, tingnan ko. Okay? Kaya lang, the problem is, baka iba yung pangalan na sinasabi nila. Okay? And yes, nakita ko yung yung pangalan na yun, RCIC siya, R708. So that means he's been working like siguro mga 2 years or 3 years na ito as an immigration consultant. So yes, he is a consultant. Okay? Okay, so ganun lang po kung paano. And then makikita mo na entitled to practice, it will say yes. Okay. Pag nilagay mo entitled to practice, tapos nakita mo dun sa pangalan niya na no, then don't hire that person. That means hindi siya, maybe may mga things na nangyari kung bakit hindi siya active as an immigration consultant. Okay? Alright. Ma'am, gusto ko lang po sanang magtanong para sa aming situation. Okay. If you wanna ask, please SMS me 647-996-2273. Or email me, norilynoligocis@gmail.com. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? I saw your post about LMIA. I'm on visitor's visa. How can you be of help to change my status? You need an employer, okay? You need employer to sponsor you. Another one, hello ma'am, please, I'm on tourist visa in Canada and I need your help with LMIA job. Hindi po ako nagpo-provide ng employer, so kailangan niyo pong maghanap ng employer. How to apply in Canada, currently in Macau. You need an employer to sponsor you or you can apply as a tourist visa holder or estudyante. So yun lang naman ang way in order for you to apply. So I think I'm done with the, I'm not done but I have to go. As what I've said, I don't provide employer po. I cannot offer you any employer right now. Okay. So may mga questions po ako dito na iba. LMIA processing fee po, ma'am, under elderly caregiver po. And then, paano po yung processing kung tourist visa? Ang LMIA processing fee is, I think, it depends kung yung government is free, may exemption yun in terms of LMIA processing. Kailangan may sakit na malala yung employer para maging free sa LMIA. So, okay, so I think my daughter is here na, everyone. I'm so happy that I could be able to talk for a little while, and I'll be back again. I promise. It's just so happened that it is so difficult. I'm so happy that I could be able to talk for a little while, and I'll be back again. I promise. It's just so happened that it is so difficult to actually find my time in this platform, but if you have some questions before I end, please, I'm going to actually write my email address here. But if you have some questions, please feel free to message me at text message sa aking cellphone number 647-996-2273 or my email norilynoligocis@gmail.com. My first name, my last name, and